again with the Sunday Fun Day bullshit. I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, messenger of God, child of God, the Lilith reincarnated with another message. What's the word? In the beginning there was the word, and the word was good. That's how the whole Bible starts, bro. That's how this whole story starts. What's the word? I don't know. I hate when God does this when I'm just chilling. Dude, leave me alone. And that's what happens. You just see something and you gotta speak on it. What was I looking at? I was looking at fucking Mike Stud's bullshit. There's a video that I already watched like a couple weeks ago that got under my skin, so now I gotta watch more of it and see how much deeper it goes. I'm like, you irritate me. And then the conversation is, why? He's just like you. Exactly. I don't like it. I don't like it. You're like me. I don't like it. Alright, let's talk about these twin flames. You fucking love them till you hate them. They're like so captivating until you realize that they're every bit of you if you didn't control yourself. You're like, ew. Like, this is what I would be if I was a man with no self-control, is you. Damn it. You know what I mean? Like, so, ultimately, if you take my heartache and put it in a man, you get Allie. Like, that's what happens to a man if you hurt his heart, like, please don't break my heart. Don't tear me apart. That's what you can relate to. I relate to that. My broken heart hears that voice, bro. You and I relate on this broken ass fucking frequency, bro. That is like you're singing my heartbreak. Trust me, I've been broken before. Okay, that's great. Lovely. All right, so then if you were to take me and just, which is basically me, with no fucking restraint, you know, no fucking hold back, no fucking, you know what I mean, no fucking self-control into, you know, just pouring out my raging mouth on people, then you have, you have Marshall. Like, you are just like me. You get me until you realize, ew, you're like me uncontrollably. Like, you're like me all the time. Like, I only sometimes go through these raging fucking fits, but you're like a whole raging fit. And it doesn't even fit you, because really, you're not even a rager. Like, you're not. You're just hurt. Like, you're not even angry. You're just sad about some shit. You're a whole sad story. Right? Then you got fucking Russ. Where's Russ? My desire, my codependency, my need for of acceptance and to fit in and to be part of. Ew. That's what you look like out here, begging for attention? Oh, God. Oh, God. That's what I look like on the internet? Oh, God. Oh, God. And then you got Lewis. This is what I look like when I'm out here being a whole masculine. Like, you can't tell me nothing, like Kanye. Like, I just literally, I'm gonna win and nobody can stop me, and I'm gonna run you off the fucking road in order to win my fucking goal. This is what I look like. Oh, that's nice. No, I don't want to be your girlfriend. I already look like that on my own. You're looking like my boyfriend. Like you're the girlfriend. Oh, God. Going back to my twin flames. Yeah, bro. They're just like me, but all the worst parts of me. They're not. They're all my most powerful parts, but they're unhealed. You know what I mean? Like, Marshall doesn't know how to direct that rage towards anything but self-destruction. Oh, God. Fucking Lewis doesn't know how to use that drive but anything but to go around in circles. I mean, literally. Allie doesn't know shit to do about that heartbreak, but tell people not to do it again. Come on, bro. You're a weak version of myself. When I see you, I see a weak version of myself. Going back to fucking Mike Stud, where it started. Yeah, I remember when I sounded like you. Trying to put it into words to make it sound classy so people would buy the shit. Trying to make it sound like, you know, a worthwhile experience. Trying to put words on it. You know, trying to figure it out. Trying to do all this research and shit. Yeah. Trying to be spiritual without God? Sure. Yeah, I remember being you. Until I realized I'm without God, I'm nothing. And then I just come out looking like you. Just a whole fucking blown up fucking bullshitter. Oh, is that you over there, Wolfman? Oh, I just hurt you real bad, didn't I? You were already hurting. I just saw it. How did you know? You fucking did it right in front of us. Who else's ears crack like that? That's from years and years of being pulled around by your ear. That's absolutely not normal. But you're gonna come out here and act like you got a normal life, and that's normal. After you done said, I think I might be the only person that cracks your ear. Who cracked your ear, bro? And now you've made it a, you know what I mean? It feels good because basically, you know, you don't feel good unless you're in pain. Going back to cracking your knuckles. Why do you crack your knuckles? Because you like the painful noise. It's not really, doesn't feel good. There's nothing wrong with your knuckles. When you crack your knees when you're getting up, it doesn't feel good. When you pull your elbow, it does not feel good. You're just a lie, bro. You're trying to, you know what I mean, normalize your pain. That didn't feel good. Why are you cracking? And that's it, too. Which one? Your right one. That's totally fucking... You're like, damn, you're a whole investigator. I mean, yeah, I know. I'm a watcher. That's all I do. I told you. Did you catch my video earlier? I just watch you people. I watch myself. I watch the world. I watch the wind. I watch the animals. I watch. I'm here just to take it all in and tell everybody what I've witnessed. Just a witness to the bullshit. Let me tell you what I just saw you do in your Aries video, aside from all the other shit you was talking. Talking shit. How do you assume that the devil card means obsession? It means shadows, bro. That's all that means. When you pull that up, that's what he's like, oh, they might be low-key obsessed with you. That doesn't mean that. That means that you're bringing up their shadows. To the rest of you tarot readers, when you see the devil card in a love reading, it means you're bringing up their shadows. Idiot. Read the fucking manual. Emmanuel. Oscar. Is that your dad's name? Anyways, going back to it, it's like, you guys, dude, I swear. I swear. And like, yeah, I wanna, you know, like, I wanna be like you. I wanna be with a guy like you. If I wanted to be with a guy like you, I'd be with, like, an old version of myself. Just be jerking off myself. Like, seriously, jerk-offs. Going back to this, dude, again, I'm the person that writes the book on twin flames because I'm the only person that has experienced the twin flame journey, rode the journey, healed the journey, and come out of the journey, but still telepathically connected to this stupid-ass journey. I have more than one fucking twin flame. I tell you how this all fucking works. But in the sense of, the first thing I always keep telling you is stop romanticizing the fact that this person is nothing but a reflector of your unhealed wounds that you will not face. So now you're forced to see them in a person that you love more than yourself. You didn't love yourself enough to heal these wounds. So now you've fallen in love with someone else that you must see your own wounds. You must see them suffer. You must see your own suffering in the person you love. That's what that is, bro. And therefore, it's the same thing. Marshall sees me and he sees himself and he hurts for himself. He hurts for me. And that's what it is. He hurts to hear my stories because it brings up all his stories. And that's why I won't listen to your fucking CD, douchebag. Yours either, Santiago. None of that shit, bro. You're not going to make me hurt. You're not going to make me feel my own hurts. I'll feel yours, but you know what I mean? And that's what that is. And it sucks. You know what I mean? Like Bobby, when he looks at me, he hurts for me, but he hurts for his mother, and he hurts for, you know, they hurt for other people. They wouldn't allow themselves to have feelings for nobody else, and that was me too. I will not cry for you. I'm not going to give you my time or energy. And then that's what happens, bro. Who are you giving your time and energy to in this person? Yourself, bro. You just don't know it. You're healing yourself through this person. This person is made to make you look at yourself and heal yourself. And when it's all done, you're still looking at the person you love sitting there in pain and suffering. It's a fucking tragic story, bro. It's a tragic-ass story. I mean, they don't fully, you know, you see some of the growth going back to Marshall and Logic and, you know, Russ taking the journey of whatever the fuck he's doing with his life. And then you look at Mike Stud, and you look at some of them where they're kind of making some kind of progression. But then here comes a Mercury retrograde, and they're back into their old ways. And you're like, well, that didn't work. Back to the fucking drawing board, circles and squares for these idiots. But in essence, it's like you're not set free until the job is done, where you're fully healed and they're fully healed, because the unhealed part in them is still attached to you. That's where you guys are attached. You're only attached to unhealed business, bro. What keeps bringing me back to Marshall? His hurt, his pain, his suffering. If he wasn't any of those things, he wouldn't need me. Russ wouldn't need me if he had all that on his own. If he had someone to love him. If he loved himself. If he had God in his life, he wouldn't need me. So in the sense, do I need you? No. I mean, yeah. That's the gratefulness about him. It's like, I hate that I have to do this with you, but I know that this is, it's going to hurt, but it's going to make me better. By dealing with you and your fucking pain and bullshit, I'm dealing with my own pain and bullshit. Because somewhere underneath all of this is a mirrored effect of how this played out in my life, and I need to overcome it as well. And all of us do. And that goes back to, Russ may have not caught the healing, but all the rest of us did. And that's going back to Wolfman. What I did to him today, Russ enjoys it. He's never been on the outside seeing it. He was always that guy. So now he gets to see. And it's like, little do you know, you're a long line of guys. This always happens. It always goes this way. What goes this way? You try to show off to me. You try to show up and show off and get bigger than me. And I have to destroy you. And it destroys me. It's a painful fucking ride. But going back to it, that's where it is. It's like, ugh, you bother me. Why do they bother you? Because they're just like me. But the parts of me that they're the shadows of me. The parts of me that I deny. I don't ever want to admit that I was that dumb. That I was that fucking needy. That angry. That fucking ignorant. That fucking depressed. That fucking, spineless. That codependent. That fucking, attention seeking. I don't want to admit that this is, and looking at you, I have to look at me. And you won't take responsibility for your actions, but in looking at you, I've got to take responsibility for mine. And look at the mirror on the wall and say, look, as much as you're a piece of shit, I'm seeing the piece of shit that lies within me. And I'm going to take care of mine. And I hope to God you fix yours, so I never got to look at this shit again. But that's not what happens. I'd be having to look at it. So in my earlier post, who was it? It was Lewis. All upset because he didn't get to, We're not where we want to be. You're never where you want to be, are you? That's the Lilith too. I just want more, God. Everything I speak of is so that you understand that you have these feelings too. And, I got to find a way to figure this out in my life. Stay grounded in this reality. Be grateful for what he's given me. Not try to overthrow him in this situation. Just fucking take it on. Just be grateful and be kind. You know what I mean? And do as he says. Be obedient and shit. And it's, again, I struggle with it. But the whole point of me sharing my experiences so that you can find your way through your struggles with it. And I always hope that you're going to be better at it. Because, again, I'm the first to do it. I'm the first, okay, going back to Lucifer. I mean, not the first to rebel against God, but everything else, I was the first. I've always done whatever I thought I wanted to do with no real understanding of any consequence. And we're talking about Lilith, not Lisa. But Lisa was also very ignorant to the consequences of what she was doing. But in the sense of, what do you think happened when I left Earth? The stories go on and on. He just kept finding me and putting me back on Earth. But not, in the sense of, did he not know where I was? No, he just let me hang out in my little dark spaces for as long as he let me. And then it was time to, ground your ass. You're grounded back to Earth. Why does he keep putting on me? Well, ultimately, it's my home. It's my room. It's where he put me. It's what I'm made of. It's my space. And he just keeps trying to put me back in my space, and it's not my space. I want to take up space in all space and time. And that's where it is. It's like I've made home in all space and time. He never stopped me, bro. You do not understand that. He never stopped me. Not really. He redirected me. He never really destroyed me. In the sense of, here, just let me recap. You know, okay, you're doing, put her over here. Okay, try her over here. Okay, maybe over here. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and it's like the whole universe has had to deal with me, and, you know, and I've been part of the fucking universal family ever, because I've always been the outcast, trying to fit in, like Russ. Like, you know, and that's all of them, really. If you think about the rappers that I deal with in the industry, it's like they want to be the biggest in the industry, but they don't want shit to do with the industry. Isn't that funny? You should be able to relate to the way that I am. It's like, you know, let's even Lewis. He fucking wants to be the best, but he fucking hates what he does. It's like, yeah, what the fuck are we doing right now? In the sense of, it's all Lilith, and, you know, that's it. It's like, you're gonna have to realize that that shit spirit you got inside of you isn't even yours. That's mine. You know, Lilith spirit you can't control inside of you. Am I possessed, or you are? You are the one that has an outside entity inside of you. No, really. You're like, no, but you don't know how. I know exactly how you feel. I know exactly how you feel. I am that feeling. That's deep. How do you know what I'm thinking? Because you're thinking dirty thoughts, and I'm those dirty thoughts. You were thinking about me. Shut the fuck up. What do you mean? How do I know? How did you know I was suffering? Because I can feel it. You're wearing it. It's like setting off a fucking, you know, it's speaking my language. It's the language I speak. Pain and suffering. In the sense of, your pain and suffering are stemmed from specific feelings, and I harness those feelings throughout, you know, my whole existence. It just, you know, that's, you may have you have a painful feeling about a certain experience. I had that feeling about pretty much every experience. Like, all those chaotic feelings that you get, I get them all the time. It doesn't take a certain experience. The whole experience itself creates all of those. I get to, you know, sort through them and, you know, feel them all in once. It's a wave of emotions, as they call it. So the whole circle jerk of this is like, you bother me. Why are you so bothered? Because you're just like me, the unhealed version of me. It's like, yeah, Lilith and Lucifer were great until Lilith outgrew Lucifer. I'm too big for this. I'm tired of being small like this. And that's really what it is. It's like, I was too big for Odin. I was too big for Shiva. I was too big. I'm too big for the shoes he tries to put me in. I'm a size 10 in women's, bro. And if it's a designer, it's probably going to be an 11 because they run small. You know what I mean, you Bigfoot bitch? I know. I'm a whole Nessie. Like, seriously, giddy up. I'm a unicorn and all of that. Like, it's just... That's what I try to teach you. We're not made to fit in. You can keep trying, but it's not going to work. They're going to keep icing you out. God's going to keep kicking you out of these groups that are no good for you. I've done that my whole existence. Trying to make some, you know, trying to make a new family out of some fun. Like, they're my family. They are. But you need to go back to where you came from and face your real family. What, Adam and Eve? Can't stand Adam and Eve. That's it, all the time. You need to go face man. I can't stand men. I said that earlier. There was somebody, my daughter was talking about something about some lesbian something, movement or something. Something about lesbians. I was like, it takes absolutely no effort at all to hate men. And just make that easy choice to say, I'm never fucking with men ever again. That's a whole logo. I'm never fucking with men ever again. That's a lesbian logo right there. It's not about feminism, dude. There's so much to fucking hate about you. I can't stand your bitch ass, bro. You know what I mean? In the sense of, if I didn't love you, then you'd really be screwed. And that's where it's like, oh, you love him. Ugh, only kind of. Going back to it, you give us a billion reasons to hate you. You're lucky that God put a love inside of us for you, and that's that divine feminine. You know what I mean? Going back to you men, you don't love your women, you lust them. You don't love your women. That's why they're so easily disposable and why you treat them in such ways. We treat you differently because we love you. Because of our love, we are willing to sacrifice our own happiness for you. That's true unconditional love. A little bit too much of the self-serving, self-sacrificing can be a little bit, very Eve-ish. But it's in us. I just denied it. No, I don't want to. I don't want to give up my existence to this guy, and that's what it is. I knew the second of my creation, if I lay with this man, my whole life is going to be about this man. You don't understand that. You don't understand sex. You don't understand intimacy. You don't understand the dedication to lay with a person. And you have this distorted version of what I was. Okay, I'm not going to deny I didn't act up and do a lot of, you know what I mean, telepathic sexting and stuff. I really can. I could really put some dirty ass thoughts in your head. Yeah, I don't. You do it too. You think about Lilith, it gets dirty real quick. Why? It's a dirty energy. But it's distorted because I was all whole and that's it. It's like you have this beautiful power that I've given you, the power to create life. And I took that power and ran with it, bro. Do you understand that? He said, your power is to give life. I'm not giving him shit. I'm not giving nobody shit. You're like, this all happened in the first day? The first day, bro. They didn't even make a chapter out of it. Genesis 1. And they get to Genesis 2 and start talking about this girl. They totally did not talk about what I did. But I didn't cease to exist. And that's what's funny is because, like, just like that, it's like these people are, God's not going to destroy them just because you don't understand them. He loves us just as much as he loves you. And that's what it's like, oh God, it's Lilith. Lilith's back. I liked her so much better when she was Isis. Why can't you come back as the Kanyan? Is it really Lilith? You're bringing Lilith? Guess who's back? And that's where it is. It's like, what happened to these guys? I took all their bad feelings away. And then they had no power because they used their bad feelings as their power. They were powerless to their bad feelings and I took them away. What are you going to rap about now? And that's it. Ali's songs are getting worse and worse because he can't hold on to it anymore. Can't hold on to it. He can, but it's making it worse for him. And that's Russ. It's like, you can't hold on to this no more. You're not that guy no more. I took it from you. You're not out here trying to be the best rapper in the world. None of you are anymore. You don't need that in your lives anymore. You needed that to fulfill a fucking hole that was in your heart, but we've already filled that hole. You know exactly what my spirit's saying right now, don't you? So as soon as you think of Lilith, it's a dirty joke. Yeah, I plugged your assholes real good, dude. I plugged that bitch. Cleaned out your closets, colon cleansings and everything. It was all up in your ass, all up in your guts, bro. We were healing that shit. Now you just like, I'll never be this. No, hopefully not. Hopefully none of that shit will come out of you ever again. But now you got to let out better shit. It's not authentic anymore. Can't hold on to it. And that's where, you know what I mean? Marshall had to come out and kill Slim Shady. He's like, damn, this part of me is like really dead. But I really needed it and it got me here, but it's not getting me any further. Every time I try to be this guy, people make fun of me. I know, you're a little old to be acting, in your childhood traumas. It works. Some of it. And then you got Kanye, you're like, fuck, you're still so very wounded. How was church today, Kanye? Did you get your skinheads out there and sing praise and hallelujah to God? Or are you hating on fucking... Oh, that's right. You and your wife went to war over the fucking... Why would you guys do that? The trademark of your daughter's name? And she's like, I told you when they were born I was going to do this. What? You guys was talking business about these children were all business. I mean, obviously, you fucking made them to your likings in a fucking laboratory. You were like, I'm gonna brand a child. Oh my god, I feel like the child is branded by you. No, she doesn't want to be affiliated with P. Diddy. And Kanye's trying to put her on a P. Diddy song. Way to go, Will Smith. Way to go, Will Smith. It works so well for Jaden and Justin. I can't stand y'all, dude. This is serious. I didn't even take a nap. Like, I'm just, like, literally stuck in there. I put that root chakra and I just had to stay in reality with you guys, and it is so unreal. He couldn't stand up to God today. He had to try to stand up to his wife. Try to fight for his child's name. Bro, he said, amend it or I'm going to war. He's just always warring, bro. He don't care. Do you think Kanye is going to win against Kim? This is great. It didn't happen the first time, Nika. This is so good. Oh, God. As the wheel turns, keeping up with the Kardashians. This shit's getting good now, Kim. In the essence, we're never... Fuck the Kardashians. Kim is just... She's running these streets ragged, bro. Her and her 6 kids. Her ex-husband. Fucking Pete. I saw this thing talking about, hey, Pete, you want to take a shower with me? In front of everyone. Like, what were you doing in the shower? Like, that was you can't even wash your fucking vagina by yourself. You need him to lick it clean, or why did you need Pete? And he just throws everything. I'll come running. Here comes Big Dick Davison for a quick shower break on Keeping Up with the Kardashians. When Marshall put Big Dick Davison in his video, I fucking cried, bro. I cried so hard. It took me about, like, 6 times of watching it to realize, you know, for it to sink in that Kim was on his dick. Who's every fucking ones. Anyways, going back to this. She's got your kids. She got you for 18 years. Till he finds out the kid wasn't his. Anyways, going back to it. It was super funny. Because, like, when Marshall dropped his fucking album or whatnot, Kim had, like, posted some shit, and I made a big deal. I was like, see, he don't give a shit. Anybody else would be like, oh my god, Kim Kardashian posted my shit. I was like, he don't give a shit about your shit, bitch. And then how much did he not give a shit? He put your ex-boyfriend in his video. He said, eat this dick. Well, he was at fight night with your ex-husband. You see, that's my twin flame. We're dangerous. We're just some connivers. We're just some fucked up people, bro. We will fuck with you. No, come on. Marshall, did you do this on me? Yeah, you fucking sure the fuck did. He's very librarian in the sense of logically thinking. He thought this was the greatest. I dig it, bro. I got it. He put Big Dick Davison in his video. There's a porn star? Yeah, it was Davison. Davison is the porn star out here. Every girl that's ever been with him talks about this dick. I guess I've been holding out for the Big Dick Davison, huh? He's about as goofy as they could get. That's what I said. Is there anybody out here that's more pathetic than me? There he is. Marshall put him in his video. If there's anyone more pathetic, they'll put him in their lives for sure. Going back to there's some of them that are just really not getting this. And then some are. And then there's NF. What do you know what he's doing? What are you doing with all this over there, bro? Well, she's baking cookies and shit. What are you doing with all of this? He's been listening to this shit for fucking 2 years, bro. Something good or bad is gonna come out of that guy. We've been piling it on, bro. I got him yesterday with his daddy issues. How do you know about I know about your dad. We don't talk about it. It's sad. That shit is sad. The first time I saw it, I didn't want to know that. I didn't want to know that. That was messed up. He's mean. He's no worse than my mom or fucking any of ours. I'm not trying to... Dude, you know about Lewis's dad? What a douchebag. I love my dad. Happy Father's Day. Marshall's mad. He lost his dad and his mom. He's not happy with me right now. Those are your own feelings. I had nothing to do with the death of your parents. On the other hand, I had everything to do with the death of Slim Shady. As I said, I'm the shady lady, and I'm here to fucking reclaim the devil's babies. I see him with his little thingy. What little thingy? And then he does the little horn thing. The horn guy. Oh god. This is that guy. I have too much fun with these twin flames. In the sense of it's cool until it's not. It's like how long is this gonna happen? I don't know, until we're all healed, bro. Fuck, are you gonna live as long as I do? Are we all gonna live that long? In the sense of, do any of you know when you're dying? Are you gonna... Doesn't matter, bro. They'll still bring you back. You're going back with me when I go. Like, all together? I don't know. I don't think so, because I die laughing. How the hell? I don't know. We could be simultaneously in different places. Perhaps. I just know that we're all up in that bitch. We're all up in that bitch. When we walk through it, dude, we walk through. I'm hearing something. What was that guy? He just died too. That's so funny. Something Quan. And when I walk through, that's what we do. We walk through, all suited in black, Johnny Cash like. We walk straight through those gates, bro. Come on now. And they're happy to see us. They're like, wow, you did it. We always knew you could. Get the fuck off me. You were fucking with me. I'm gonna talk to you when we're done. After our little coronation here, bro, I remember. Make sure she forgets. You was fucking with me. I remember that. Kobe, where the fuck you at, bro? All that time, bro? Seriously, bro? Seriously, you thought it was funny? It's funny? Park thinks it's hilarious. Fuck off me, dude. It's not funny. Wait till you... Oh, we're never going back again? Okay, fuck it. I'll get over it. I hate this fucking life experience. They're fucking with us. There's easy. Why are you always fucking with me? Fucking... Because they can. And they make you think... You're over here thinking it's some fucking devil and shit. Making up fucking fairy tale shit. It's your fucking spirit guides fucking with you. Going back to the twin flames. Yeah, there was a time, bro. Mike Stud? No. Well, I mean, he's sexy and all. Sure, whatever. I called him a lumberjack. I thought he was bigger than life. He was too grounded. He was too earthly. He was all about the earth. That's how I saw him. He was all very Father Earthy. He was very Lord of the Earth and shit. It's going back to the same video. It's like, he's not... It's just not authentic to me, bro. He's telling you everything he's already read, and that's what gets on my nerves. Is they're just recorders. They're like they read it somewhere, they heard it somewhere, and they're just repeating it. He's a duplicate, in the sense of, I liked you when you were just you. You were just trying to be you, trying to figure you out, and that goes back to Russ. I liked Russ as just a quirky nobody. I mean, by that time, yeah, he was already famous, but to me, he was just a quirky nobody. I liked Ali as a quirky nobody. Lewis was the last of the Formula One drivers for me to discover. I knew everybody's story but Lewis's until the end. And he was just, you know, an intriguing driver. By that time, I had more respect for Bubba in NASCAR than fucking Lewis. You know what I mean? That's just it. But then when I started to hear his words and what he stood for, it resonated with me. Not him and his career. I don't know shit about it. I saw it. Obviously, they're just, you know, the algorithm, as Mike Stood was talking about. But I like them when they're not trying to be overpowerful and so fucking, you know, and that's why I said Russ. It's like he was always trying to be bigger and better than what he was. And it's like, I like you just the way you are. They want you to be more. I just want you to be better. And he just completely did not understand what better meant. Betterment. Betterment. Get it? And I guess, you know, going back to it, I'm seeing that fucking that commercial that Kanye did with Kobe. He's like, all right, do it better. And Kanye's looking at him like, but I've already done so much. He's all, do it better. But what do you mean? Be better. It's like you don't fully understand that it's not your doing. It's being. It's in your being, not in your doing. And he kept doing everything to be better, to prove that he was better. You don't have to prove when you're better. You just are better at what you do. You know, and that goes back to Marshall. It's always trying to prove You know what I mean? We have a point to prove. We want to be heard. We want to be validated. We want to be fucking seen. Again, that's going back to the video. It's like, dude, that's your inner child, bro. You're dying for attention. There's a part of you that wants to be heard, but no matter how many times you say it, you yourself are not listening. The only person that that really needs to hear what you're saying is you. And that was a lot of what was going on with Russ. It's like he kept, you know, trying to send me messages. It's like, do you hear yourself? Do you hear what's coming out? Are you listening to yourself, bro? And although I was making fun of him, it was terribly sad because, you know, going back to his songs, it's like it's their cries for fucking help. Help yourself, bro. I can't. And I would hear him, and I'm like, as much as my pride would be all the way up, I would just like, all right, Russ, dude, just leave everyone, and I'll figure out a way, bro. I'll figure out a way to help you. Just get out, and I'll try my best to help you. And then he would attack me and be like, no, my life is fine, and you're a fucking bitch, and you're this, and look at my beautiful girlfriend, and look at all my money and my cars and my this. And I'd feel so fucking stupid, bro, for feeling sorry for him. I felt so manipulated. It's like, you want me to feel sorry for you, but you won't feel sorry for yourself. You know what I mean? And that's really what it is. It's like going back to Marshall's song. Bro, do you hear what the fuck is coming out of your mouth? You want everyone to hear this new song, but do you hear what you just said? Ali, do you hear what you're saying? You hear your cries of desperation, of rejection and neglect. Do you hear what's coming out of your mouth? And that's what it goes back to my video. I rewatch myself. I want to hear what I said. I want to see it. And sometimes more than once, because that was fucking hilarious. Did you hear what came out of your mouth? Where did that come from? It came from a hurt place. Let's go in there and find out what else is coming out of there. And that's it. It's like, you know, Russ felt like I was attacking him, but he was already under attack. You know, going back to his song, and that's even Kanye. I ain't saying she a gold digger. If you listen to the words of that song, he completely manifested fucking Kim Kardashian in that song, and it's played out. 6 kids, and I gotta take all their asses to showbiz. Yeah, bro, it really played out. And she moved on to a white boy. It all played out. Now you go back to fucking Russ's song, Handsomer. You know what I mean? Like, it literally came out. Like, he literally got himself a fucking gold digger. It literally is playing out. It's like, and that's why I'm like screaming at them, going to even to his gold digging girlfriend and the shit that's coming out of her mouth. Like, you guys are telling on yourselves, bro. This is your form of creativity, of expression of your feelings. And they're coming out, and they're absolutely horrible. They're nothing but expressions of hurt children. And before I'm hearing an echo right now. Before I resonated it, because I too came from that. I felt Marshall's rage. I'd wake up on that feeling, bro, and I want to listen to it because you get my feelings, and I feel like this. Because I was coming from the same place that you felt like when you made it. A hurtful, angry, vengeful, petty-ass place. You were my favorite rapper because that was my favorite energy, bro. That's who I am. I am who you say you are. I am that. But I healed that. And it doesn't mean that I'm not that. I'm really hurtful and petty because that's who I've been for my whole life. But then I healed it. And it's like, I can listen to your songs only to remember an old version of me that really felt like this. But I don't feel like that right now. I'd rather put on, something better than this. I kind of want to dance. I don't want to be angry and cursing and, you know what I mean? All of that. Truthfully. And that's just kind of, you know what I mean? Like, I resonate with you, Ali, when I'm hurt. But when I'm happy, I can't resonate with you. Russ, I can't resonate with you, dude. Fucking, you know what I mean? When I'm in your energy, it's like these are unhealed energies. These are distorted energies that we share together. And I'm trying to bring you up to, going back to Bobby. You know what I mean? We're coming from a very, you know what I mean? That sexual passion and, you know what I mean? And all of that we have going on. He has that on his own, and I've always had it on my own. We got that Knight of Wands situation and shit, but it's like, I want to be able to be this happily, not in shame, not in secrecy, not, you know what I mean? Not coming from a hurt place, but from a happy place. And that's it, you know what I mean? It's harnessing it and being able to use it in a good place and not just, you know, that's just kind of what it is. So I'm looking at Russ. Put your panties down. Let's see what you're working with. That's that new album. Let's see what he's going to tell us, what his feelings are going to tell us about him. You know what I mean? He's pouring out his feelings in these songs. Is he going to just keep it surface level? Is he going to confirm that he isn't unhealed like he did in fucking, you know what I mean? Chomp 3.0, perfectionist and all that. My 30-second therapy session. Whoa, bro, you're still not healed? That was like 2 years ago. How deep are you in now? Pull down your panties. Let's see what you're working with. I call this the panty dropper. I don't know why. And if it does turn out to be some dirty sexual thing, and then that's just, you know, okay, he's working through his... We know what part of his childhood he's working through now. They're not working from a happy space. Because if they were, they wouldn't be doing this type of work. Just had to take a breath on that. It's like if Lewis was healed, he wouldn't be doing what he's doing that's keeping him unhealed. You know what I mean? If Russ felt good about himself, he wouldn't need to keep doing this. If Marshall felt good about himself, he wouldn't need to keep doing this. They keep doing this because this is what they know to do, and they don't know what else to do to make themselves feel good about themselves. Tom Brady. If I'm not this, then I'm nothing. Until you realize that you're more than what you are, then you'll continue to be that. That's the sacrifice, you know what I mean? Hey, Mike Stud. That's not what your parents named you. You have a very sophisticated white name. Who are you if you're not just Mike? Or if you're not Steve? If you're not, are you anything outside of the music industry that you've created for yourself? If you were to give these things away, do you have any identity outside of them? And that's what I mean. You're not whole yet. You haven't figured out who you really are outside of what you do. Because when you figure out who you are outside of what you do, you realize you don't need to do such things to be who you are. How do I know when they heal? They give up. They surrender. They trust. But they're not going to. They can fight till their last dying breath. That's it. Many have. Many have fought God till their last dying breath. Did Lucifer die? No. He just put him in another place where he continued to fight without God. He kept fighting God, but there was no God to fight. What was he really fighting? His own feelings, his selfish ambitions, his ungratefulness. And just like all of the other demons, their sadness about leaving home for this great idea that failed them, and now they can't find their way back. They missed the days of home. They've had to make it a new home, and that's the Watchers and all of the Fallen. They want to go back home, but they're afraid. After all of these lifetimes of staying in the dark, they're afraid of what the light will do. And it's terribly terrifying to go back to the light. You think, oh, you left me here forever. You're never coming back for me. And then when he comes back to get you, you're too afraid to go because you're afraid he's going to persecute you more. But he never persecuted you to begin with. You just never came back home. He never casted him out. He just gave him a place to call home. As far as the divine beings, as far as humans, nah, bro, he killed your asses. You're like, wait, what? Yeah, bro. He killed you. He killed you. He took your life. He didn't really take the lives of the divine beings. And that's what it is you are a divine being living this life. He's going to take this life from you so that you can be divine again. That's what that means. And in order for them, just as much as Lucifer and this, this etherical place that you call hell, and all of the demons in this etherical place that you've created in your imagination where they all suffer and burn, and, Dante tells you about this description of what they look like. I just want to point out, they're you. The suffering is humanity. Doesn't say anything about aliens or people from other beings. They're humans. But anyways, going back to it. And that's me as the Lilith. You have the keys. You can walk yourself right out of your own self-made hell. As every goddess of hell will teach you that. You could walk back out. You just walked into the place that I call home. What are you doing here? I'm here to serve you. I'm the goddess of hell. God created me and such. This has been my home since the beginning. Nice to meet you. You feel like I feel, huh? Your feelings put you here. Well, you can stay here and enjoy those feelings, or you can heal those feelings and go whichever way you want. It's no difference to me. I do whatever I please. I'll be here today and I'll be in heaven tomorrow. It's up to you. And that's kind of me. And that's what I said. I'm on the other sides of judgment. I stand on the other side just telling you how to get the fuck out of there. They're coming for you. Karma, the planets, dead people, they're trying to guide you out. That's all I'm here to do, is tell you how to get the fuck out. Empower you. Re-empower you, because you disempowered yourself. Nobody took your fucking power. It's your belief system that disempowers you. To think that, I could never. You probably could, but you're just weak in your mind and weak in your resolve, and there's a voice of you inside of you that you're not hearing that can tell you can do great things. This all starts with, it started with the twin flames, and that's it. It's like, what happened? I love them more than I love myself, and by loving them, I learned how to love myself and have love for everyone else. Bobby, let's start with Bobby. Bobby was married, and I'm casted into being the side chick. Okay, but I have this all forgotten in my head. I don't want to deal with what happened in my marriages. I don't want to talk about what happened to me. I don't even have a memory of it, especially at this point. We broke into those memories. I had to dig deep to find all these pains and shit. But ultimately, what it's bringing up was I was married, and my husband's had girls, and they destroyed my lives, and I hated those girls, and I don't want to be this girl. He reminded me of what it meant to be me in my life. He showed me my life just by, being part of his. And that's what each and every one of them do. That was just the beginning. Who was next? Mike Stud. Mike Stud was the next one to take a hard fall. I knew what happened to him before he knew. I told Russ about what I knew was happening. I knew he had gotten fucking wiped out completely, that he'd lost everything, that his dude even was fucking with the girls he liked. I was like, he took his girlfriend. Is that true? That's what I told Russ. It was everything. And I was like, and that brought up, the betrayal of people that had fucking got me, bro. How we lost everything to just trusting the wrong people, and how they fucking used and abused me, my kindness and shit like that. Russ reminded me of my family. But Russ also started the sexual wounds, dude. There was a sexual magnetism in the beginning. There was something about him. I really was attracted to him. I was becoming attracted to him. And in trying to become attracted to him right away, I exposed that I'm not the attractive type because of XYZ. And he took XYZ and put it in a song. And that just brought up all this hatred. It's like, how could you take my pain and use it as, against me? He was trying to make it sexy, but it just hurt. It just hurt to hear. You know what I mean? It sounded sexy to him, but it was a painful memory of mine that he brought up. And when he, and it just kept bringing up more and more pain in the sexual departments, right? So that started a lot of shit. But the family, definitely. I could see the family manipulation, you know what I mean? He brought up how my family was. And I had to actually even, you know what I mean, go back to some of my family members and let them redo it to me. Treat me like that again. That's what was hurting people, is watching me relive this and get hurt again. But I had to. I couldn't get the full experience without fully experiencing it to heal it. You know what I mean? I knew what had happened to me. But I didn't, you know what I mean? I didn't have the full experience. Like I couldn't understand until, you know, it happened again, and then I could understand it. But, you know, letting it happen again is a long line of it happening. It's like, all right, before I did, it's like, all right, you know this is going to happen. This always happens. I know. The whole point of letting this happen is not to do what you did last time, and to just let it happen. And that's your coping mechanism. Every time something like this happens, I end up doing this and sabotaging my own life. You don't realize it, but there are a lot of us that are very capable of it. We could say one sentence, we could take one action and fuck up our whole lives, burn the whole bridge around us, dude. Like, there's no coming back. Like, we just took a risk and we fucking risked it all because we were in our feelings, bro. We didn't fucking think about what we, you know, that's it. Not thinking about your consequences and your own selfish ambitions. And you know what I mean? And then there's times where you're fully aware of what you're about to do. Going back to my sister and shit, dude. I was in a place of very much hurt. All of this subconscious pain of being, you know what I mean? What we're talking about right now is, you know what I mean, discriminated as the white sister. You know what I mean? It's like, you guys treat me like the fucking black sheep, and you treat me like this, and now I've got all of them against me. And I hit him with the 1-2, dude, and I knew there was going to be no coming back from it. But I didn't fully understand the pain that caused when I would do that to people. If I felt that way, dude, that I felt I was in a losing battle and you were going to just keep, that, you know, you were hurting me and this was never going to stop, then I was going to make it stop, and I was going to hurt you in a way, you know what I mean? I was going to get you really good. And they said that too. I fight dirty. I'm going to use what I know against you and hurt you the worst. And that's what people are fearful of, is what I know. Hey, bro, I'm the opposite now. Now what I know I'm supposed to use to heal you, not to hurt you. And that's the difference between a dark practitioner and a light worker, bro. Magic is all about manipulation. Tell me about this person. Let me put some... Alright, so they're easily you know what I mean? Something that simplistic. I saw it that quick. He was abused as a child. Somebody was dragging him around by his ear. That's typical of the Latino family, which means they were hitting him with the shoe as well. Was it the mother or was it the father? Who created this? I believe it was the father. And that's why he treats women the way he does. Because if it was the mother, he'd hate women. He saw a form of manipulation, and that's it. We emulate what we see. We're our parents, bro. And, you know, you're your parents, but you're everything that they've put into you. You learn your techniques, your behaviors, your gestures, your lingo, your fucking how to say a word. They teach you. No, you don't say it like that. You say tomato. Look at my lips. Tomato. That means every time you say it, they taught you how to speak. They told you what to say. They taught you how to dress. No, you shouldn't wear that. You don't wear that. So every time you go to get dressed, you hear them saying, I'm not supposed to wear this. You hear everybody else's how they programmed you. You don't talk to people like that. You better fuck them up. You know what I mean? It's all what someone else told you, how to act and how to talk and how to dress and how to eat. Oh, you're not allowed to eat that. Lewis Hamilton, nobody told him he can't eat that except for himself. Do you eat pussy? Sorry, I didn't see that coming. That was a good question. What's on your dessert menu? In the sense of, it's not a full meal without dessert, and he don't eat dessert. To me, I want dessert. Did you see what I have for lunch? I had Mexican food and cannolis. I'm very confused about it. It was actually my first time. They weren't that good. They tasted like, you know what they tasted like? I don't know. I don't like it. It was okay. It could have been better. It could have been sweeter. But in the sense of Lewis deprives himself of certain food groups and shit because he has to be his optimal, healthy self, right? Like, something as simplistic as, like, he denies himself, like, chocolate and Nutella and shit like that. That's not self-love, bro. That's self-discipline, but why? Why are you hurting yourself? Why are you telling yourself no in this department? Do you ever say yes? All right, give in. Be a bad boy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's that devil card. Are you obsessed? You might be if you don't give in a little bit. You might lose your mind if I pull out the Nutella. You might, like, start itching and walk out of the room because your self-discipline tells you not to be around it. Like, it's the devil. Really? Come here. Let me put some on your lips. You don't have to lick it. I will. You know, like, seriously. This could be fun. I always make jokes. Very dirty sexual jokes to Lewis about Nutella. The two things he doesn't have in his life. Sex or Nutella. What do we have in common here? Well, Marshall's not over there getting no sex either. Nobody's sexing a lot of us up, to be honest. Why? Because we have serious issues that we got to deal with. That's not... We got 99 problems, but that's not one we're usually dealing with. You might need to get the sacred oil out. How's your dick game there, buddy? You're going to need to use that one day. I know it works. You want it to work, right? Chocolate gives you the feeling of being in love. I'm such a Lilith. I love myself. Do you love me? I love me. The hurt parts too. And that's it. It's like, I love your hurt parts because they're my hurt parts, dude. I feel it. But, like, can you fucking do something about that? I can't heal it. I can cry with you. We can cry. But you've got to fix this. And I don't want to cry about it every time I see you. I tell you how to do it. You're like, how do I fix this? You know what you got to do. I teach you all the time, especially the ones I'm talking about. Like, I can't do what you do. Shut the fuck up, bitch. You can't cry. I'm Russ. Are you ready to cry? Russ is gonna cry when he sees me. I'll slap the shit out of you, bitch. Don't you cry? You'll make me cry. Match that sad ass energy. Not crying. I wasn't ready. You show me you crying. I've never seen you cry in my life. I need fucking lifetime. I was like, he don't cry. He can't cry. He can't do this, dude. He can't. He will not shed a tear for nobody. Show me you crying. I fucking love you. You have a smile on your face, but you're crying. That's close enough. We can work with that. We'll milk you. I'll milk that for all it's worth. Why buy the cow? You can get the milk. I love you, Russ. That was a good one. That was a really good one. That was a good vision. I'll hold on to that one. In the sense of, was he really crying? No, he was just laughing, crying, probably. No, he was happy. But you know what you gotta do? You just gotta cry with yourself, dude. You gotta feel your own pain. You gotta feel and heal your own pain. You gotta go all the way to the pit of it, bro. Where you're literally snot-faced and bent over in the fetal position, and it really hurts. You're completely vulnerable to this experience, dude. You're literally in it where you didn't want to be in. And now you're in there, and you're letting it hurt. You're letting it kill you. But while it's killing you, and that's the cocoon of it, it's transforming you. Because while you're in there and you're letting every tear out that you never let out before, you're letting out your fears too. And when you finally get, like, some of you, especially your first ones, man, you watched me. They take days. Some of them do. Some of them I don't even cry, but I still can't get up. And that's really the healing process. Is like, some of them you can wrap your mind around real fast, and some of them you can't wrap your mind around at all. Some of them your body takes forever to heal. It's like, this has been in me for so long. You have to go in there, and it's like, you know, how long are you going to cry about it? I don't know, man. As long as it takes you to see that you're okay. And tell yourself that's in there, you know what I mean? You can't. Your situation. You know, the pain lives inside of you. And until you feel it, and that in itself is healing it, it's going to just lay there. And it's holding you back in the sense of you have built up feelings, but they're resentments. And those resentments cause fear and blockages, which are what you self-sabotaging freaking behaviors that you consider acceptable coping mechanisms to your behaviors. You know what I mean? So, to the guys and, to everyone, it's like, that's what I specialize in. We're going to do this again. The shadows come whenever they want, especially on Monday. When I sit down tomorrow with these people, it's really going to sink in, and I'm going to have a lot of feelings and thoughts about my decision. Again, what did I do? I do this every Friday. But I also have to do it, throughout the week whenever they're called ego deaths, where you have a higher perception that you need to change your direction. And in order to do that, you're going to have to deal with some loss, and you're going to have to go through a grieving process of letting go an attachment to an old way of your lifestyle. Your lifestyle is holding you back from all possibilities. Your attachment to your current reality is holding you back from, future realities. And that's why I don't move too quickly, because I'm spending so much time working on that, and that keeps me from jumping into karmic situations, because I'm staying in karmic situations, so I'm not attracting them. I'm staying in the ones that I have, but in some cases I haven't learned the lessons from the previous ones, so I need a new experience to learn a deeper lesson. How many times do you have to hook up with Bobby before you learn this lesson? I think I can learn it in this time, but I am going to have to do this again. It's not bad to go backwards, to figure out ways to go forwards, to start over and try to figure out another way. It's not, sometimes. Alright, so since I'm up here, I really felt it earlier. I've already been at this for an hour, so maybe I can make this less than a 2-hour video. Let's do a spiritual growth spread. Earlier I talked about all kinds of stuff with all of the Ascended Masters. I had all the Ascended Masters, speaking the Ascension to you. And, I feel like, breaking it down, tarot is just breaking down easy peasy. Just break it down in dumb words. You know what I mean? Spirituality for dummies is tarot. Oh, okay. I just want to show you, because sometimes they really think that I have some control, and, especially yesterday with the Mother Mary, that was pretty heavy duty, that was all on point. I just want to show you, see how this is sticking out? I feel that. Our Chariot. This is exactly what I was talking about, balancing the duality. And what else did I say underneath? We were talking about the Devil card. Meaning God had things to talk about, and he was using the outside world, and now I'm able to confirm it with, nothing more than the cards. Were you watching the beginning part of this video? Let's begin again. I turned to Temperance, and that's what I said is, letting these parts express themselves and be heard. To who? Yourself, bro. When I went through all of those videos around Christmas time, and I was trying to hear my argument with the divine of why I wouldn't be with Bobby, it came down to the simplistics that you're denying yourself your true feelings about this man because of your pride and your control to try to, to protect yourself from getting hurt. The only reason I wouldn't mess with him is because I didn't want to get hurt. And that's what that last message was. I just need to process these feelings this time. Last time I let them kill me. I just need to process them this time. And that's what I needed to do. And I didn't want to get hurt. It's not that I didn't want to see him. I just didn't want to be hurt by seeing him. It's not that I don't want to see Russ. I just don't want to be fucking pushed into healing all the time. It's not that I don't want to be, you know what I mean? It's like every time I see you, it pushes me into a dark place, which could also be the same thing for you if you get to that place. It's like, it's not that I don't want to see you. It's like you don't understand what I'm seeing when I see you. I'm seeing, first off, my own pain and suffering. But then, you know what I mean? Then there's the reality of what you're actually doing to make me feel this way. Ugh. The Chariot in this card represents the vehicle you drive through this mortal life. That's your body. The reins are in your hands, and you are the only one who decides where you go. You have the free will to follow the path and be happy, career off it and crash, or sit where you are and complain that life is passing you by. Your success or failure is determined by the choices you make, and only when you accept this will you have the strength to overcome the obstacles you face in your journey. And that's kind of where it is. It's like you have to take accountability that you're doing this to yourself. That nobody's doing this. You're doing this. You have to understand this is your life. The horses of the chariot symbolize duality, two opposites standing side by side that pull you one way and another without you being aware of why you don't feel in control of your own fate. And I explained this in yesterday's video, and now I have 3. I'm being pulled in different ways. There's different parts of me that want all of these futures. But what's the best future? Which ones are what, you know what I mean? That's what's important to understand is like, yes, I want this, but where do I want this? Where does this want come from? Meaning, what part of me wants to go and do, you know what I mean, the camper life? What part of me wants to be adventurous and go into the unknown of Alaska? What part of me wants to stay here and needs help to rebuild my life? These are all very valid parts of me that want these things in my life, and I've created these opportunities for myself. Which part of myself needs more expression than the other? They all need expression. I will go to Alaska. I will get help getting housing. I will be in the campgrounds. But what is best for me now? Where am I acting out of now? Do you understand? You don't have to sacrifice one dream for another. You just have to understand where these dreams come from, and if it's time to live this dream or stay, or you know what I mean, go into a different reality. And to my men, it's time to dream another dream. The charioteer is constantly balancing them to drive them forward according to his will. Take a good look at who you are, what you believe, and where you are going. Harness your will and awareness so that you can move forward consciously instead of repeating the same unthinking patterns, meaning you're unaware of what you're doing. Listen to yourself. Hear yourself. And that's what I caught. It's like you were being, you know what I mean? When it came down to the trailer, I caught myself before I made a mistake, and then it changed immediately. The even desire for it changed immediately because the reality changed. I created this reality based on, you know what I mean? I have to have a trailer so that I have a home no matter what. Was the reality about the trailer. And then I found a way to maintain the trailer with a job and still stay close to home. So I was creating stability near home, but out of, you know what I mean, fear and lack. So as soon as I gave that up and God said, nope, I want you to go into the unknown and be brave. It's like, okay, I see what I was doing. You're right. I can go be brave again. Only for him to be like, I heard your heart. Come here and take a rest. And we'll talk about what you really need. And that's what it is. What do I really need? I really need help, God. I need a break, God. And that's what he said. Alright, are you done struggling? Yeah, and that's what the struggle is. It's inside. It's not outside. It causes the struggle outside. I don't know what I want. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm running from or running to. I can't find any peace. What is the fight? It's inside. What do you really want? I really want to stay home. I really want a house. I really want stability. The very things you told me I couldn't have, I still want. And I've sacrificed my wants for what you need. But I really need this, God. And that's it. He gave me what I wanted and what I needed, just right here. Maybe not forever, but I wanted this. A little place to call home. he wouldn't let me do it on my own. And that's where the fight is. I just want to do it, God. Just let me do it, dude. I can do this. I can take care of myself. And the truth is I can't. And that's where he makes me, back to being a helpless child of God, but in the sense of he wants me to be vulnerable to my counterpart. He wants to accept that, he wants me to be accepting and to accept the truth that exactly what, Russ and Bobby hurt me with is like, I do want to be taken care of. I do deserve to be taken care of. I really need someone to take care of me. I'm tired of fighting to say that I can do it by myself when I know I can't. I can, but I don't. It's too hard anymore. It was always too hard. Just because I can do it doesn't mean it wasn't too hard. I don't want to do it anymore. That's it. It's like, are you tired of fighting? And it was, am I fighting a man or God? You know what I mean? That's what it is. It starts with God. And I'm also fighting men. It's like, how can I take care of her when she doesn't want to be taken care of? And that's God. Do you see it? He's trying to take care of me too, and I keep fighting him. All this fight has been about him taking care of me. If I can surrender to God, then I can surrender to you. But first I have to be able to surrender to him. And that's where this started. Him retiring me. Him trying to take my manhood off of me and let me be, the priestess. Let me be a woman. Let me be a goddess. Let me be a princess. Let me be an empress. Let me be a queen. Let me be these things. But I couldn't let myself be it. Because I had to, man up. And it's just like constant fight. It's like, do you want to be the, do you want to be the man? Or you gonna, you want to be the creator? Or you want me to be the creator? You want me to take care of you? Or are you going to take care of yourself? What do you want to do here? And that's God all day. It's like the fight is, are you going to sit still and let me take care of you? Or are you going to go crazy trying to take care of yourself? And then when you can't figure out how to take care of yourself, you're going to let me take care of you? It's a fight, bro. And it has nothing to really do with you. My dog has to go to the bathroom. Like, she's like all in my face. Alright, so that's what that is. Hold on, Nana. I'll run through this real quick. The charioteer is constantly balancing them to drive forward according to his will. Harness your will and your awareness so that you can move forward consciously instead of repeating the same old patterns. If you have the power to achieve something extraordinary, you have it if you do it. The Chariot is the ultimate card of action. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can get my kids to help me. Hey, CJ. The dog is crying at me. Can anybody else please help me and take her out? I'm asking for help. She's literally crying at me. And I know you guys could do it without my help. Will you do it for me, please? There's a lot of kids out there. You might want to put some clothes on. Please, she won't stop. Thank you for your help. And that's it. It's like, why don't you just ask for help? Because I'm so used to doing everything. Yeah, Bobby. It bothers me that these bitches are so fucking pampered and taken care of. I didn't even have a mother and father to take care of me. Not a boyfriend, not a lover, not a husband, not a friend, not a brother, not a sister. It's hard for me to let people take care of me because they never have. And this battle is like, just even letting God is really hard. Giving you that power? Nah, bro. Russ trying to throw that power at me? Nah, bro. I'm just seeing Adam. I don't know. The question is, did you not think he'd take care of you? I don't know. I guess God just created me this way. I didn't have any reason to believe any of this back then. We could have never seen what humans would become. Why didn't you just submit and just, you know what I mean, play the role? It's not the role he created me for, but he wants me to do it, and I'm trying. You know, going back to Jesus, I wasn't Jesus. I'm not Jesus. I'm trying. The more I, you know what I mean, I'm trying to be like Christ, but I'm not Christ. I'm not Eve. I'm trying. When I left that garden, I had to figure out, I had to take care of myself. As every goddess, I always took care of myself and the people. It was just me against the world. Right, Pac? There wasn't, I mean, that's the grace that you see later, is he was always there protecting me and providing for me and, you know, watching out for me while I was out there, you know, trying to be grown and shit. But, it was always just me. I left. Even to the places that I went to when I was exiled, it was just me. Me and the creatures, me and the beings, me and... That's it. But just me, because I wasn't like them. I just, you know, like St. Patrick, we just went to the foreign lands and made them home. But, you know, we were never from there. The Tree of Life is my home, but that's not where I was supposed to live. I mean, yeah, obviously. If you look back to it, it's like that's what happened was supposed to happen. But he wanted me to have a life here on Earth. And that's the only place I didn't make home, and it's still a struggle here. In my earlier video, you can hear about it. How hard it is for me to stay here and make this my home. And I've made every place in the universe my home, but I can't make this my home. Because in order to make this my home, I have to submit to the ways of this world. And it's like, it's not even the ways of this world. I have to surrender to God. And I've already surrendered, but there's just things, you know, it's like it has not, it partly does have to do with this lifetime, but this lifetime is only an accumulation of all my lifetimes being played out. So it's like that over-independence is Lilith. From the very beginning. The over-independence is Lilith. So, am I healing, you know what I mean, childhood wounds and neglect issues and rejection, or am I here healing universal wounds of, you know what I mean, consequential fucking karma from universal wounds in a measly little body, you know? Anyways, did you take the dog out? Did she take the dog out? I guess she took the dog out. I don't see the leash. I'm told you to heal, and here I am healing. See what I mean? Fucking shit. Alright, you can overcome all difficulties as long as you keep moving forward. Be sure that you know what it is you really want, though you may be forcing your way along the wrong path. Reverse meaning. You are feeling overwhelmed by obstacles and problems and feel that you have no control over your life. You are wasting your energy in anger, railing against fate, life, and other people. Such aggression is not strength, but weakness. Channel that emotion into determination. Take control again and steer your own course. Only you can do it. You can do it. In the sense of, you just become aware of where your pattern... Nope, she's still here. You didn't take her out? Hurry up. Oh, okay. I thought you were already gone. She's looking at me like it's my fault. Anyways. Again, I can hear my dog's thoughts. You're wasting your energy in anger, railing against fate, you know what I mean, trying to force your way and life and other people. You're mad because it's not your way, but you don't understand that this is totally the way you've been going. You need to see what you're done, instead of just pointing fingers and shit. Look at what you're doing. Look at what you're about to do. The same thing you always do. Alright, going back to the underworld, which is the death card, I believe. Or the devil card. And that's me. Again. Hello. Hi. My name is... What? My name is... Who? Shut up, Slim Shady. Fucking lock your ass in your fucking... Anyways. Sorry. It's funny to me. It's like you ain't saying shit. Here we go. The underworld is a card of self-created bondage to an idea, a belief, an ambition, a demanding career, love of money. Turn that down. Desire, a person or group of people that stops you from moving forward. What does this have to do with obsessions, bro? This card represents your shadow, the part of you don't want to look at, the part you want to deny, where you hide, even from yourself, the fears, the weaknesses, the desires you're ashamed of, impulses like lust. That's it. I had no idea I was so lustful.
Where's the leash?
Usually right there. Lustfully about Bobby. But it was so on the surface. What are you talking about? You were giving him blowjobs. I know, but I didn't understand that where that came from. I didn't know I really felt like, Anyways, the desire for power, selfishness, greed, envy, anger, rage, all the things you might consider evil, but we all secretly feel. And I said that in my earlier video. These are real-ass feelings that God put in us. It's not no devil, bro. They feel like it. It feels like the worst thing in the world, so it must be this thing you call the devil. Right? They are locked away in the darkness, but they are nonetheless not coming from an outside agency such as the devil, which this card is traditionally called, and certainly not a separate entity living within you, meaning there's not something possessing you. There's nothing evil about you. You know what I mean? You told fucking Dahmer that he was a deviant because he liked men. So now he had to come up with these deviant ways of hiding what he liked. That's exactly what happened with almost 9... there's so many of these rapist killers that were made that way because you told them the things they liked was bad. You keep trying to tell Drake that the type of women he likes is bad, so now you're going to push him into the dark to make him a real pedophile. Where he wasn't before, but now he's got to look on pages where they have little kids, and now he feels like a fucking dingy, dirty, dark person, and he feels awful because he thought, 18-year-old girls was hot. That's funny. Kim Kardashian out here trying to keep her 18-year-old body till she's 50. What are you talking about? You want to condemn people for, for being greedy? Bro, I'm poor. I just want some shit, bro. I want to feel the nice things. I want to have steak and eggs one day. I want to know what it feels like. That doesn't make me a bad person, because I want the finer things in life that I've never had. But you want to tell somebody that, I feel it, bro. You guys make people feel like shit because they feel like shit. You tell them they're fucking, because these are real feelings. You know what I mean? I'm selfish, bro. I know, I got it. Nobody ever cared about me. That's all I care about is myself, because if I don't protect myself, then nobody cares about me, and that's just the way I've always lived my life, and I'm very selfish. Because, it's just me, myself, and I and shit. I've never had nobody not to be selfish. Fucking greed and shit, anger. I'm so mad, bro. I'm so mad. I'm not really... But you get in these fucking feelings, bro. It's like, you want to make me feel bad, bro? You want to make me feel bad? I already feel bad, bro. Does it make you feel good that I feel bad? Alright. Give me a minute and I'll make you feel bad too then. Let me use my words to make you feel bad too. Or how about not? How about I'm not gonna match your shitty ass energy and I can just go ahead and deal with my own feelings of fucking greed and lust and rage and anger and selfishness and power, and I will fix this on my own. You go put that shit somewhere else. Fucking Christian fucking judgment. Just going back to it, like, you know, these are real ass fucking feelings, and you shouldn't be, you don't have to deny them, bro. And you don't have to feel like you're a fucking terrible person because you have these, you know what I mean? Like, that was me, you know. I'm a priestess, and I'm all of these things, and I'm not allowed to like men because of what everything that's happened to me, and I hate men, and all of this stuff, and it's like, you know, I'm not allowed to hate men. I'm not allowed to hate people from what they've done to me. I'm not allowed to fear people. I'm not allowed to fucking be ashamed. I'm not allowed to do all these things. You know what I mean? Like, fuck you. Don't tell me what I'm allowed. Why don't you tell the people that made me feel this way that I'm not allowed to feel this way? You're always trying to tell people what they're allowed to feel. Fuck off, bro. Anyways, you're entitled to your feelings. Just don't put them on nobody. And don't deny them, is where I stand. This is the shit I'm made up of. I'm made up of fears and weaknesses, desires that you're ashamed of. I'm made up of, you know, the impulse of lust, the desire for power. I'm Lilith, bro. I turned love into lust and used it as power. I was very selfish, greedy and envious, angry, full of rage. All the things you consider evil. And that's why you deem me as a demoness, which we all secretly feel. They're locked away in the darkness, but nonetheless are not coming from me. That's how you feel. But arising from a primitive, instinctive part of your mind. I'm sorry, where was obsession or possession? They're obsessed about you. That's, again, jealousy isn't in here. Envy, yeah, I envy your life, but I'm not jealous. You know, and that shit, like, seriously. And my own fucking power struggles. You're not powerful. You're not more powerful than me. Problems arise when you deny your shadow and instead project it into other people, assigning them the shameful thoughts and desires which lie within you, so that you can feel superior and self-righteous. I exposed myself for that yesterday. As much as fucking Ray was showing that he was racist, I was showing you that I was prejudiced. It was the same thing. I explained it yesterday. It's like, you hate fucking them, but I hate people like you. Every person like you, I wish you'd just die. I wish you'd go back to wherever you came from. What, racist? So in essence, I'm a racist. There's a whole race of people that I don't like either. And I'm yelling at you because you don't like a race of people. I'm projecting. We're all racist. This happens not only with individuals, but with groups, religions, sexes, races, and even whole countries, leading to bigotry and hatred. The more the shadow is denied and repressed, the more powerful and destructive it becomes. Meaning, the more I point the finger at all you racists, the more racist I become. The more I put you in groups and categorize you, the more I'm just like you. You have to be aware of it. I see a lot of it with Wolfman. Why so much? I don't know. It makes me very self-aware. I don't know. Because I wasn't. Let's just be honest. Where was I before he came? Kind of pompous. Over this whole situation, just a total, you know, he had to humble me. And make me aware of a whole nother layer of me that I was denying. And again, I wasn't going to work with that with him. I deny him the ability to get close and work with that. So, I had to go back to the squares that I usually work with. Okay.
There's a whole lot of chicken wings still in there, and it's all the naked stuff.
Oh, dude, I forgot to warn you. Yeah, I was in the elevator and it smelled funky. I forgot to warn you not to ride that elevator.
Oh, okay, I was wondering to get shoes.
Okay, anyways, I'm in the middle of it. So, you become aware that you're just projecting on bitches and people. Realistically. Like, you're taking out your own self on them. You see yourself in them and you're taking it out on them like people took it out on you. When the underworld appears reversed, it shows you have become aware that you are trapped in an unhealthy relationship, dependence, or addiction, and now wish yourself free. However, you must be prepared for the difficulties along your way, as others may not want you to change. You will have your own fears to battle along the way, but persevere as it will be worth it in the end. Well, that's where I am. I have to get over, my unhealthy dependence and addiction to power and control and, you know, independence. And that's it. It's like, by the time he did this to me last time, dude, he put me in a freaking shelter in Arizona. But by that time, I was so depleted. I was nothing but grateful for it. Because I really had to realize that I just needed this. I had to put my pride down and say I needed this. And that's where I am right now. What happened in your future? Bro, I need help. I can do all that, bro, but that's not going to get me a home. And what do I really want? Do I want it? No, it's a lot of work to maintain a home. But I want my kids to be happy, dude. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I don't want to drag them around no more, bro. They're getting big enough that if I can get them a home, I can maybe, you know... I don't know. I just don't want them to have to do it all the time. I want them to have some stability as much as I need it. They need it. And I could be projecting that they need it, and it's really me that needs it. It's like you had all the money to travel and do all this stuff, and you just went into a shelter. I just needed some shelter, bro, from the storms. It's not that I can't do those things, bro. But if you look at my most vulnerable side, I can be strong and do those things. But how about I face my weakness and you know what I mean, accept my weakness. I can be strong, but can I be weak right now and just accept the truth? I really need this, bro. I need some help in my life. This little bit right now is bringing me peace that I didn't see in fixing my car and running away to Alaska or starting a fucking, you know, camping career in fucking, you know what I mean, the southern parts of Colorado. Maybe if I can admit that I really need help, and maybe the guys will finally start admitting it too as my mirrors. Maybe if we stop looking for so strong, we can actually, maybe you're just reflecting it, trying to be as strong as I am. Trying to be strong for me. Maybe I'm just trying to be strong for you. You know, going back to Marshall, it's like, don't let him look at you. Don't let him see you looking weak. But really, that's all he's ever seen. I'm not here looking like a weak-ass bitch, bro. Weekly, this is some weak-ass shit that you gotta watch me. And sometimes it really weakens me, bro. And I'm not ashamed to say that I'm weakened by my experience and I just need some help. It's like money can't make everything better, guys. But you're never gonna really get that, bro. Until you get that, bro. It's like, yeah, God gave me a pocket full of money with a fucking pocket full of problems. It's like, you should be happy. Yeah, if money was my problem. I'm trying to heal myself, bro. Making money was never the problem, can't you see? I can make money, I can find money, I can dig up money, I can do all kinds of shit with money. Money's not the answer. It just makes you feel secure. And that's what he gave me, is security, bro. But again, just like that, you know, the security is not in the money. The money will be gone. I have to find the security outside of it. And that's where it is like, I've made this, you know, this chaotic lifestyle. I do it because I'm called to do it. I'm called to be strong. But it doesn't mean that, you know, going back to Achilles. It's like, why did you choose to be this great warrior? It's like, I chose nothing. I was born and this is what I am. Meaning, like, why do you fucking go through this all the time? I'm not choosing. I mean, in the sense of, before I got here, I chose to be this, but it's like, the choice was already made. That was my earlier video. The choice was made before I got here. And now I get to make choices of how hard I'm going to make it on myself. But I'm going to make it through this. It's how hard do I make it on myself? How long are you going to put up this battle before you surrender the battle? What battle is this, guys? The desire for power, selfishness, greed, envy, anger, and rage. How long are you going to hold on to this before you just accept it and let it go? I'm no different than you in the flesh. That's the shitty part about the flesh. We were all created equal in the flesh. You know what I mean? Equality is what I stand for. That's what it is I was here to make you show you that we're equal. But what keeps us that is, you know what I mean? Not the good things. Not the good things that make us the same. So, vulnerability. When are you ready to surrender? And, not just to God, but to, to proclaim it from your mouth. It's like, are you ready to give up? What am I giving up? The battle, bro. I'm not giving up my dreams and my hopes. I'm giving up this idea that I gotta fucking do it all by myself. I'm willing to let somebody help me. And that could have been the reason that, why did this last so long? Because I kept trying to do it on my own. Everywhere he took me, I tried to get me a job and a house and try to do it on my own. I'll find a way. I'll find a way. I can do this, God. I can do this, God. Everywhere I went. Las Vegas. Nope, I'll find a way, God. I'm gonna do this, God. Alright. Everywhere I went, bro. I can do this, God. I can do this, God. It's not that I couldn't do it. It's that he wouldn't allow it. He's not gonna allow me to fend for myself any longer. And that's not a bad thing. But it feels bad when all you're trying to do is take care of yourself. It's like, if I can't take care of myself, then what the fuck can I do? This is all I can do. And that's what I mean. It's like going back to you guys losing your ability to speak and your music and shit. It's like, if I can't do this, then what can I do? You can surrender this. Let me take care of you. Let me show you a new way to take care of yourself. That's what it says too. It's like, I don't know. I'm gonna meet their criteria, God. I'll show you. And that's it. It's like surrender. In order to get out of the matrix, I gotta go back into the matrix. You know what I mean? Or it's the opposite. My way back into the matrix was to leave the matrix. Meaning it's a crazy circle. That's what I heard. It's a crazy circle. Hey. Yeah. What's the end card? Fuck. It's a fight. I guess we didn't really have any tears in the shadow work, but it is. It's like, what have you done? I surrendered. I surrendered. My pride, my dreams, my hopes, my goals, I surrendered. I surrendered. I surrendered. 5 of Wands. I'm just gonna put out where we're in our wands too. Your willpower. Oh gosh. Things are going to get rough, and it might seem as though everyone and everything is against you. Perhaps everyone's trying to get their viewpoint across and no one is listening to anyone else. Competition can be useful and spur people into greater things, but do not use the negative energy of wands for quarreling. Use its positive power to stay fast to your resolve. The conflict in this card can be an inner one. You might feel as though people are making so many demands on your time and energy that you can't cope, that your head is fighting your heart, and that you are called upon to do something that you consider unethical. What? Not yet. The 5 of Wands can also indicate that you're in danger of becoming carried away and following a dream and not noticing what is actually going on around you. That's it too. It's like, I'm trying to figure out how to put it into words. A willingness, it's not one or the other, right? It's not like I'm sacrificing one or the other. They go hand in hand. I just haven't been able to balance it. I've made it extremes. It's not one or the other as far as practicality and destiny. Going back to this, it says, becoming carried away and following your dream and not noticing what's actually going on around you. Meaning, like, you're just going to keep going until you don't, are you never going to realize that you have no home, you have no stability, you're not grounded? I'm fully aware of it. That's all I've been trying to do everywhere I go, is grab onto some piece of ground until I finally gave up. And then he tried to put me back in it, and I just started screaming because it just seems impossible. Every time you put me in the ground, you rip me right out of the ground. I can't hold on to anything in this ground, but you want me to stay grounded. It's absolute chaos, guys. And that's why I was like, how do you explain this? All I want is some kind of grounding. Roots. But my roots also come with my freedom. Creating roots doesn't mean that I stop traveling and I can't continue to do my destiny. But I can't continue to do my destiny without roots. Because everywhere I go, that's only supposed to be temporary. I try to make permanent because I don't have a permanent. If you had a home to come home to, you wouldn't mind traveling anywhere as long as you had a home to come home to. But in the reality, if you were like me and you just kept traveling to places, any place could be home. You'd rather make this home than travel to another place and try to make this a home. And that's because you start to, you make familiarity as in your travels. And you try to latch on to, I'd rather, I want to stay still. You have this urge, you have this desire to stay still, to be grounded in a reality, instead of it forever changing. But you learn to go with the flow of the forever changing, and you find the excitement in the ride of the storm. But you're always hoping that the storm will stop and you'll make land somewhere. But no quicker than you pull down the, you drop the anchor. It's time to pull it up and, take off. And away we go. Hoping that you'll always return to that land, but knowing you probably never will. So when you have this, you always want to hold on to the land. I know that this moment's only going to be temporary and I'm going to probably lose this. So I want to hold on to it as long as I can. I tend to get a little stuck in the moment in that. But in the sense is, the reason you're holding on is because you have nothing else to hold on to. Meaning, alright, you never go on vacation. You're finally going on vacation. It's the last day of your vacation. And you don't want to go home. You want to enjoy your vacation. Because when you get home, you're going to have to go back to, working hard. Creating a home means I'm going to have to work hard to maintain that home. I know what it means to have a home. I've had a home. I had a beautiful home. And it took everything to maintain it and make it beautiful for my children so they could have a great home. That's the point, is it was too hard for me to do by myself. I did it, and I made it look good, but it wasn't. It was hard. And I don't want to have those hardships again. So I was trying to find a way to create a home that wasn't so hard. And I could still have these freedoms. I was trying to find a way, to bring in two worlds. Until I sacrificed the both worlds, and now we see what God's, it's not that, first off, I don't know what I'm presented with, what I've walked myself into. But whatever it is, I can walk myself right out, repack up my car, and go back square one. All over again, start all over again. Sometimes you need to. You didn't learn your lesson. But God said I was leaving the struggle. And in order to leave the struggle, I need help. Otherwise, I'm going to keep struggling on my own. It's a struggle on your own. I don't care who you are. Marshall's lived his whole life on his own, but it's a struggle. Anyways, as you start to pay attention, you may lose what you have, including those you love. Spiritually, this card indicates that you're ungrounded, getting carried away in the self-centered fashion with ideas and visions. You are ignoring mundane matters that need to be dealt with, and people who need you. This is a serious lack of balance and not real spiritual progress. I told you that. I need to ground. That came out earlier. They made me very aware of it. But in the sense of, it's not fair. They make me stay up there only to make me come back down. I'm like, wow, really? Yeah, you'll see. But that's it. It's like, I get it. I heard the message. And that's what it is you're going to have to come back down to reality and create a reality here. There's a reality available for you here in the real world. What is it? I don't know yet, exactly. But I'm in it. I don't know what, you know what I mean? I don't know exactly what this reality looks like, but ultimately, what did it look like when I signed up? Housing. This is short-term housing until they can find me long-term housing. In order to maintain long-term housing, I need employment. And that's what I've struggled with for a long time. It's not that I can't work with people and I'm not qualified. I don't know what's best for me. I know it's not something I've done before. That's all. It's not that I can't get a job and I couldn't have a house. It's because I was trying to do it in old ways and old manners. I'm not denied these things. I was denying myself these things by trying to do it the old ways. If I did it the old way, it was never going to work because it was really not work. I made it work, but it was too challenging. I put too much on myself. People thought that I had it together and I made it look easy and that I had a successful life, but it was very hard for me. You don't understand how hard it was for me. I had to be crazy to keep that lifestyle. How could you maintain that? I wonder myself. I tried to explain it. Trying to keep the kids happy, the house, you know what I mean, the bills paid, my fucking, you know what I mean, my career, like trying to be all these things. Oh God, I don't know. But I knew I could do it. I knew I did it. But now looking back, it's like, no wonder I was never happy. It was so painfully hard for me to do. I couldn't find happiness in the struggle. I was struggling too hard to keep it, to maintain it. To stay in this container of hell that I created for, myself and my children. So naturally, I'm fearful of doing that again. Getting caught up in, the matrix of it. I'm scared of that, but at the same time, it's like I miss what I worked so hard for. I worked really hard to have that. And it's not that I'm not willing to work twice as hard. I work 2 jobs, bro. A lot of times. A lot of times. I was working at the hotel when I met Bobby, and then at night I would go and clean the stadiums. I didn't even get there. You don't understand. You don't understand. I went at night, meaning after midnight, bro. It was there till like 3 or 4 in the morning. But then it was at the hotel seeing Bobby and everybody at 7 in the morning. I was back there. You're like, she did drugs. No, I couldn't sleep. You know what I mean? I was always doing side hustles. I was always, struggling. I had to do it by myself. There was no help. If I didn't do it, nobody would do it. I had to do this, whatever it took. I couldn't. It didn't matter if I was tired. It didn't matter. Nothing mattered. I just had to do this. So I can do it. But nobody knew how hard I was working to do that. You know what I mean? What it was doing to me to just have that shit, And so now here I am, and it's like, first off, the only way I got out of homelessness was something like this. And I got out, and that's what I did, is I worked my ass off. When I first met Bobby, I was getting out of a shelter. I just got my first apartment. That was the second job I had climbed myself out with. My first job was, no, bitch, no, 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 no. I was working double restaurant jobs. And I gave up the daytime job. I was working at a truck stop restaurant job. I gave that one up. I grabbed a Denny's job, but they grossed me out, so I quit the Denny's job. Then I got I was working TGI Fridays like crazy, and I lost that. And then I started working the hotels, but I couldn't make any more, and so, I was working in Arvada at the Holiday Inn, and then I was like, it was IHG, so I started looking at, bigger brands of IHG, and then I caught the Crown Plaza. But it wasn't enough, bro. And that's how I got that whole building a fucking raise. I fought it. He knows it. Everyone that worked there knows that I was the one that took it straight up there. You know what I mean? We took it straight to the top. And it was me and my desperate need for more money that got that whole hotel raises. But in essence, it still wasn't enough, bro. I got from $11 up to fucking $13, and it wasn't enough. And here comes a night audit. If you do night audit, you can make $16 an hour. Fuck, I need that money, bro. I need that money, bro. But I couldn't do it. I was so tired. I fall asleep in the middle of the night. It was so hard. And then I had to take the kids to school, and I was driving, and oh my god. And then after that, as I was losing that job, I picked up a fucking CNA job where I was taking care of old people. And I would go from the hotel to some old person's house, and I'd fall asleep in their house. I got fired after a couple weeks. They weren't doing anything. It wasn't like giving them medicine or anything. I just had to, in the morning, give them breathalyzers, feed them breakfast, shit like that. But I'd fall asleep. You know what I mean? Like, you have no idea how hard I've worked just to keep bills paid. I'll fucking do anything, bro. Just anything to keep this, you know what I mean, to take care of my family. And so, fighting that this whole time with God has been really hard. Because I've had that I'll do anything attitude to take care of my family, and releasing that attitude to let God take care of me and my family has been, oh God, that's what you've witnessed this whole time, is the surrender. And it's like, that's also the fight with these men, is I can't submit to you because there's a man inside of me that's fighting. And there's a man that's created in me that won't submit to you. I literally have created myself into a man that's full of pride bigger than yours, balls bigger than yours, muscles stronger than yours, and I cry too. And I do it on a period, bitch. I'll cry through my whole period and do a manly ass job so I can take care of my family. I'll never admit that I'm a girl and I'm hurting until recently. I just want to say I'm having a better period. Thank you. Aside from the emotional ups and downs that have nothing to do with it. It's an internal battle, bro. And yeah, it really comes outside. What's wrong with, going back to Kanye fighting his wife? The fuck is he fighting his wife about his kid and P. Diddy? This is not a fight to be had. It's not. He's having fights inside of himself, bro. Power, control, envy. You know what I mean? Greed. His kids are getting caught up in it, his wife, everybody that gets close to him. It's shadow boxing. Same thing with Russ, same thing with Marshall. That's what happens when hurt people, bro. And we're unaware that we're hurting so bad, and we're unaware that we're hurting other people in our just dire need to survive this situation. I've been in survival mode since I was 5 years old. Right, Marshall? I'm just trying to survive another day. And every day is a fight. You know what I'm talking about, people? Alright, let's get through this card. It's a 2-hour fucking reading. Holy shit, I'm a whole fucking movie. I don't know, though. Shut up, God. Come to the end of this bullshit. Let's see, what was it? Spiritually, this card says, get your ass together and get a job, is what I heard. You need to come back down to reality. And I told you that. It's like, I don't want to be in this reality because it's just too hard to deal with sometimes. And that's escaping. It's an escapism for me. Alright. You seem to be angry with the world in general, provoking unnecessary arguments, making cutting remarks, and indulging in compulsive and unnecessary competition with others. Oh shit, that sounds like me. I'd like to blame it on my period, but it really is just me. I feel like this is me. I'm angry with the world in general. I don't like any of you. It's a general now. I am Queen Maeve and all of that. Provoking unnecessary arguments. Yeah, just picking on people. Making cutting remarks, you bedbug. Indulging in compulsive and unnecessary competition. Yep, me fucking walking into that fucking church and throwing my card in their face. You are hurting inside and you're trying to hurt others in turn. Oh shit, told you. This is not going to heal your pain or make you any friends. Lovely. You must confront the real reason you are for your anger and take steps to deal with it. Why do I take it out on you guys? You know, talking about the spiritualist. I had to get quiet and listen to my spirit. Say it again. Oh, they're really getting ugly. Hold on. Okay. 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 It's first off projections, right? I'm treating you like, you know, it's a shadow box. Meaning I have to meet such high requirements, so I project them onto you. What's asked of me, I say that God asked of you. He didn't ask you to be a messenger of God. And, you know, going back to your message from God is your message from God, and you deliver your message, and who's to say they don't need to hear it. Going back to Joyce Myers. Joyce Myers was my messenger of God at a time. She was my baby food to Christianity. And, you know, going back to the tarot readers, you were my messenger to the divine. You were my baby food to the divine. Going back to magnetize yourself. But then when I got my own message, I no longer needed you, and I had no respect for you, and I had no appreciation for you and what you did. Going back to that man in the church, it's like, you know, at least he's trying to deliver the message the best that he's been taught to do. And, you know, that's Wolfman. He's just trying to deliver the message the best that he's been taught to do. I'm mad at everyone for fucking up the message, but it's like nobody's telling the truth. So I'm just mad at everyone. Do they even know that they're lying? Do they even know? Like, are they aware that they're lying to people? Like, this is not the true message of those cards, or not the messages you should be spreading. They're spreading the same messages. There's nothing that this preacher's not saying that another preacher's not saying. There's nothing that these card readers... That's why they're friends. They pick the same cards, they tell the same messages. Just because I get a different message doesn't mean that mine's the better message. Because I pick the same cards. Nobody wants to be a messenger of God. I guess. That's what I heard. And that's really it. It's like I'm persecuting you as I'm persecuted. That you're not the truth as they think that I'm not. I'm calling you a lie as everyone calls me a lie. That's what they were kind of trying to show me. You must consider the real reason for your anger and take steps to deal with it. Because you were the real priestess, is what I heard. But I'm not even being it. That's where this is all coming down on me, and that's why I'm very quiet about it. I'm mad at you for not being, for what I'm not doing. Like, what do you mean? I'm yelling at you to be what I need to be. You know, you're supposed to be out here spreading, you know, I'm doing it, but I'm not doing it like you do it. I'm not doing it to the best of my abilities. And that's what I yell at you. You're not using your craft to the best of your abilities. I'm projecting. In essence, if I can make you better, then I don't have to be better. If I can make my boys stand up and take the mic, then I don't have to. But ultimately, I'm yelling at them because they won't, but it's me that won't take the mic. I don't like you today, God. Well, that's it. It's an internal battle. With what? Our insides, our shadows, and balancing them. Did you see anything about obsession? I'm not obsessed with struggle. I don't know anything else. It's a shadow. Next time you pull the devil card, Tarot Man, Oscar the Tarot, the devil card is your shadows. When you pull it in a love reading, it means that you're bringing up their shadows. That's all that means. You're bringing up hard feelings for them. It doesn't mean they're obsessed about you. I know you'd like to think that, but I don't know who made you think that that's what the devil means, is obsession. The devil's not obsessed. There's no such thing as the devil, to be honest. And the Chariot, the same thing. Yeah, it means it's about movement, but it's about coming into balance. Moving, you know what I mean? Moving, not denying your shadow and leaving your shadow behind, but moving with your shadow. Bringing those parts of you together in unison and moving together. That's the side of it. It's like, oh, look at your horse. You know what I mean? What side is better? The black stallion side? Look at, you know what I mean? Look at how your ride changes. I'm rolling in with my black stallion. Or I'm rolling in with my white unicorn. But what if you had both? The duality of it. Your light and your dark sides move together. And they're friends. And they play together. And that's the soul and the ego. Where the soul is all light and the ego is all dark. Alright, we're going this way. No, but I want to go this way. Alright, let's go with you then. I'll ride with you. And I'll ride with you. And that's your feelings. These dark ones, it's a beautiful dark horse. It's a dark side of you that you don't want to show anybody. You don't want to be the black sheep. You want to be the knight in beautiful shining armor with the pretty white horse. But together, they're really powerful. Now you got both. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Some salt and pepper. That's weird. Hey, damn it. I don't know what to label this. Healing. We got sucked into it. I love yous. Laters. Bye.